Speed Duel is a fast-paced alternative format for Yu-Gi-Oh! Using regular cards and throwing in skills to shake things up, making some unused cards more viable, allowing more anime strategies to come to life. Join us as we progress through each Speed Duel product release and draft each skill available at that time before battling it out in Speed Duel Skill Draft. The Speed Duel starter decks Match of the Millennium were released May 15th, 2020, and features cards used by Yugi and Pegasus. 4 new skills were introduced in these decks. Ritual of Black Mastery supports both of Yugi's ritual monsters, Blackluster Soldier and Magician of Black Chaos, gaining a different effect based on which monster is summoned. Knight of Legend allows the normal summon of Gaia the Fierce Knight without tribute and gives it piercing, but prevents you from activating set spell and trap cards. Thousand Dice Spell allows you to either ritual summon Relinquished without a ritual spell, or fusion summon Thousand Dice Restrict without polymerization, in exchange for discarding 1 card and skipping the battle phase. And Toon Mayhem protects Toon World from being destroyed once per turn. Alex lost last set, so he drafts first and takes the Thousand Dice Spell. I take Ritual of Black Magic, and Alex takes Toon Mayhem, leaving me with Knight of Legend. So this is the deck we're bringing to today's game. This is Ritual of Black Mastery. So the skill card is a Yugi skill. It's quite an interesting one. So activate this skill during the main phase while you control Blackluster Soldier or Magician of Black Chaos that you ritual summoned this turn. While you control Blackluster Soldier, it cannot be destroyed by your opponent's skill. Also, once per turn, if your opponent activates a trap card, you can draw 1 card immediately after it resolves. While you control Magician of Black Chaos, it cannot be destroyed by your opponent's spell cards. Also, if your Black Magician of Chaos destroys a monster by battle, you can add 1 spell card from your graveyard to your hand. So this is an interesting one. It supports both Blackluster Soldier and Magician of Black Chaos, and both of them are okay effects. It's nothing that's going to like break the game, and it's not really unfair, but it is decent enough. So the main aim of the deck is just to turbo these boys out, get the Ritual Black Mastery going, and try and win just with kind of aggression beatdown. So the other brand new card we got to kind of support the strategy is Advanced Ritual Art. So this card was seen a lot used in like Demise and some later strategies, but Advanced Ritual Art lets us ritual summon a monster by using normal monsters from our deck, which is why we're on this normal monster package. We're on the 1 level 8 Blue Eyes White Dragon. We can use this as the entire material to summon either Blackluster Soldier or Magician of Black Chaos. And we are on 4 1700 attacker normal monsters, which again, 2 of these will be, again, one of our ritual monsters. So again, this kind of does facilitate a beatdown strategy in case the ritual thing doesn't work, but I guess the rituals is kind of a beatdown strategy anyway, so it all kind of works together in a weird way. But it does mean that if we do manage to draw out a lot of these early, these are kind of bricks, especially if we draw Blue Eyes White Dragon. That's something we really do not want to happen. So for consistency, we're on 3 copies of Send You a Thousand Hands. When summoned, we can add 1 of our ritual monsters from our deck to our hand. We're on 3 copies of Sonic Bird, again, but for ritual spells, this can search out Advanced Ritual Art or either of our 2 normal ritual spells. We're on Jin, Disarray of Rituals. So this card is very interesting. We can use this basically twice during the duel to make one of our ritual monsters completely immune to traps, and traps have been very, very prevalent in our series. Things like Floodgate Trap Hole, things like Windstorm, things like Security Orb have all been extremely prevalent, so being able to blanket, just get rid of them is fantastic. We're on only the 2 copies of Blackluster Soldier and only the 2 copies of Magician of Black Chaos. We do not want to brick. This deck is already relatively prone to bricking, so we don't really want to enhance that by running maxed out copies of each of these. We're on the 2 copies of Advanced Ritual Art, 1 of each of the regular ritual spell cards for our monsters, and then the final card is Fulfillment of the Contracts. This is an equip spell. Activate by paying 800 life points. Target 1 ritual monster in your graveyard, special summon it equipped with this card. When this card is destroyed, banish the equipped monster. So again, if we were to summon one of our monsters, it gets destroyed, or if we summon one of our monsters and it gets floodgated, we could use Fulfillment of the Contract to bring another one back, and hopefully Alex's back row will already be spent, and we can just attack him with those monsters. So hopefully this card will be good, and also it's a 21 card deck, so if we do get into a stally kind of scenario, hopefully we can outlast just with that extra card. We'll have to see how that plays out. So we do have the 3 Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon in here. This is just basically to psych Alex out, to make him think we might be on Waking the Dragon. And then we're on 3 Man-Eater Bug, a 2nd copy of Jin, and 2 copies of Eternal Rest. Now Man-Eater Bug is just generically really good. It gets rid of cards, period. So if Alex summons like Massa, we can just get rid of it with that. Eternal Rest is in here because we don't really have a good out to Thousand Eyes Restrict. So Relinquished itself is not too bad to deal with. It can mean taking some damage, it can mean having to get multiple attacks in, but it is manageable. When it comes to Thousand Eyes Restrict, on the other hand, it stops all other monsters from attacking. So we ideally need a way that we can destroy it that doesn't involve attacking it. So Man-Eater Bug technically can get the job done if it's attacked into, but because of Thousand Eyes restricts other effect where our monsters can't change their battle positions, we can't actually flip summon our Man-Eater Bug and get rid of it proactively. And again, we don't really want to be on trap cards, but just because we're on Jin Disarray of Rituals, that also means that Alex could be on it too, and that means his Relinquish could be immune to traps as well, and it has the same equipping our monster effect, which is why Eternal Rest seems like a really good card specifically to counter that. So this might end up biting us, because if Alex doesn't bring that, we've wasted 2 of our slots. But I feel like we do need an out for that, and we might end up having to bring this in future just in case. But yeah, this is the deck we're bringing. I'm feeling okay about this deck. I think if Alex brings Toons, it's going to be a coin flip. And if Alex brings the Relinquish deck, it's going to come down to how hard do we brick, and do we draw the Eternal Rests after siding. So yeah, that's the deck. Let's fire on in, see what Alex is bringing, and see if we can't take him out. So this week we are going into a new set, the Match of the Millennium, which is the Yugi and Pegasus starter deck. Like a starter deck, structure deck, I'm not really sure what it is, but it's decks. And that means we have 2 kind of very specific card pools of Pegasus and Yugi cards. So I drafted both of the Yugi skills, so I could be bringing Gaia or a Ritual deck with the Magician of Black Chaos and Blackluster Soldier stuff. And you have the Toons and Relinquished stuff. So there could be quite a lot of interesting stuff going here, because I think both Relinquished is an interesting one, because that's kind of a fusion / ritual strategy. Obviously I could be on a ritual strategy as well, and ritual isn't like a normal kind of Yu-Gi-Oh deck. Toons obviously play their own kind of game. They're like, oh, I'm going to attack it directly, I'm going to do a lot of special something, so that's also quite an interesting one. And hopefully it'll be a change of pace from last week, where we got the Bones v Mako matchup, and neither of us got to activate either of our skills, so we didn't really get to show off what the decks did. But also, I've just remembered, last week is when I Leviathan Dragon Daedalus your Waking the Dragon, and your zombie deck beat me to death with a Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon. So,
yeah, that was fun.
You know. Alright, shall we fire on in and see what each other's got?
Yeah, let's go.
Okay.
I'll go second.
Okie dokie. Well, this is a really bad hand. Standby phase main. I think I will set a monster and pass back.
Mm-hmm. I will. Set 2. Normal summon Senju of the Thousand Hand.
Okay.
Get Relinquished Animator.
Okay.
We'll go to battle. Attack your face down monster.
You will lose 200 life points.
Oh. Alright.
Alright, my turn. Standby main. What do we want to do with this? We do have a few options. So let's get are we getting aggressive? I know it's in your hand is the problem. I think the play is this then. We will normal summon Sonic Bird. Anything on summon?
No.
Okay, I'll go through my deck. And I will grab Advanced Ritual Art to my hand. Then I'll change this to attack and go to battle and declare an attack with my Warrior Digrapher.
Yeah, I will activate Security Orb.
Okay, to defense, and then we will go ahead and crash.
Okay.
And then pass back to you.
Activate my skill. Thousand Eyes Spell.
Okay, so activated during your main phase. Once per turn, you can discard 1 card and use one of the following skills, but you cannot conduct your battle phase this turn. Ritual summon 1 Relinquished from your hand by attributing a monster from your hand or field whose level is 1 or more. Fusion summon 1,000 Eyes Restrict from your extra deck using monsters from your hand or field as fusion material. Okay.
So I discard a card.
Yep.
Yep. And then I tribute Okay. Special summon the boy.
Okay.
And once per turn I can target one monster you control. Equip it to this card, so he's now a 1700, 1600?
Yep. You
Yeah.
cannot attack this turn.
Cannot take this turn, and then we flip this back over.
Okay. Draw. Standby main. Jesus Christ, these cards. Okay. We will normal summon Cavazels.
Mm-hmm.
Go to battle. I will declare an attack.
Okay. We are crashing right now.
Yep. You'll lose your Warrior Digrapher, and I'll lose my Cavazels.
Okay.
And then I pass.
Okay, right. I'm gonna activate my skill again.
Okay.
Discarding. Where's the button for that one? Very good. Sphere Karibo. To fusion summon. Ooh. 1,000 Eyes Restrict.
Okay.
And end.
I'm not sure how you plan to win the game now. So you have to get rid of your 1,000 Eyes Restricted just to be able to attack. So until then, I think I'm just going to pass the turn.
Set. End.
I'll draw. I'm just going straight to end phase.
Set.
Draw, and then... I will set a back row, and then pass.
Okay.
We will draw. We'll go main phase. We will set a back row. We will pass the turn. No way, if I summon a monster, you'll just eat it, and then I don't have any benefit. But as is, you can't attack with anything other than a 0 attack monster.
Yeah, you're right.
Like, if I could attack over it, I would summon a monster, but I can't attack. I'll go to end phase and discard Warrior Digrapher. Now you can get rid of your guy by just ritual summoning over it, but until you do,
It's true.
I think I just play the waiting game. Go to end phase, and I will get rid of Magician of Black Chaos. We'll draw. Go straight to end phase and discard Senju. We'll draw and end discarding Jin, Disarray of Rituals. We'll end our turn discarding Advanced Ritual Art.
Right. Activate. Graveyard.
Yep.
Relinquished.
Oh, just passing again, are we?
Well, I can't attack with the 0 attack.
Oh yeah, with your your effect says you can't attack, doesn't it? Your skill. Okay, standby main. We have some options now. Problem now is we're staring down 3 back row. I feel like I can't just do nothing, because you will... Although, you don't have any room to absorb my guys, so I will put a monster in defense and pass back.
Okay. Yeah, all I can do is...
Standby main. We'll set and pass.
Yeah, it's just game. Don't just give me defeat.
Yeah, it's really weird how it's a weird situation where like you've set up the stall, but I'm the one not doing anything. So it's a weird one.
Second again.
Okay. That's an odd hand. I will set a monster and pass the turn back.
Okay, I will. Set. And set.
Draw, standby main. I will flip summon my warrior digrapher. Anything on summon?
Nope.
Or normal summon Cabazals. Anything?
Nope.
Go to battle. I will declare an attack with Cabazals. And then I will attack directly for 17.
Yeah. Activate security.
Okay. And then I'll pass the turn.
Set a monster and end.
Okay, draw, standby main. Change this back to attack. Does something this do anything? Not really. Let me just go straight battle here. We will attack with Cabazals. Oh, on 2 copies of Jin. I will attack with Warrior Digrapher.
Yeah.
And pass that to you.
Oh, come on now. Actually, no, that's fine. Almost summon Senju.
Okay.
View. Hand.
We will
Activate.
rock you. Yep. So pitching a card.
Cool.
Then
We'll use the Jin, right? Okay. We will take.
actually we're going to take Digrapher. He's slightly better.
Oh,
You can take
yeah.
Cabazals if you want. Move to you.
I move. Sure. My main. Yes, I think I do. My guy doesn't
You
get
cannot
destroyed.
attack.
I can't attack, can I? Yes, you're right.
Alright, stand by main. Alright, well, here is my tech for the day. Behold, Eternal Rest,
Ooh.
which destroys monsters with equipped cards. Unfortunately, my hand is really poop, so I'm just going to go to battle. Attack for 300 damage.
Yep.
And pass the turn. As much as I would have loved to slam down a ritual monster there. We draw, for God's sake. Oh man, I'm gonna love talking about this after this game. Behold, vanilla beatdown. Attack. And then attack for 17. Pass back.
Activate.
Here we go.
We will discard and banish.
There you go.
Yeah. And turn.
Alright, ritual spell off the top. Let's go. Ritual spell off the top. Yep, that's a ritual spell. So I will activate Advanced Ritual Art. So from my deck, I will send to the graveyard the Blue Eyes White Dragon.
Ooh.
To special summon Black Luster Soldier. Then I can go to battle phase. I will attack with my Cabazals.
Yep, so Digrapher goes to Greg.
Then I will attack with my Relinquish. Well, my Relinquish, my boy, the defense. And then it will be your turn. You do have to send that to graveyard. Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Infinite hand trap.
Well, main, I guess I'll
Yeah.
take your Black Luster.
Question is, did he draw a monster?
Hmm?
Did you draw a monster? That's the big question.
Did I draw a monster?
Yeah.
What? Oh.
For lethal damage? I don't...
No, unfortunately. No. 3k.
Ow. Alright. We draw. Stand by main. Alright, are you ready for the most anticlimactic way for this game to end?
No. Please no.
I normal summon a vanilla and Eternal Rest.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Just attack directly. Woo.
Can't believe you would preemptively counter my...
Well, right, so the problem I had was I got to the point in deck building where I was like, there is a slim chance you bring 1,000 Dice Restrict. And if you do I just immediately lose the game as soon as it's summoned, right? Because a lot of the ways I have to get rid of it is to use like an attack, right? I need to attack it to get rid of it. So I needed ways that I could destroy it that didn't involve changing monsters' battle positions. So like Man-Eater Bug doesn't get over it unless you attack into my Man-Eater Bug. And then I needed a spell or trap. Again, traps are a bit wonky because it's hard to destroy it with a trap outside of like Michizuri. And even then, like, you know, I'm on Jin Disarray of Rituals as well. So I kind of know that it can't be affected with traps. So Eternal Rest was kind of the next best thing. Now, in the future, I believe we do get better just spell card removal, things like Offerings to the Doomed. But for now, kind of Eternal Rest was kind of the only thing I really had going for me, unfortunately. And the other thing is, both of these games that we played, I've drawn out all of my vanillas. I am amazed I got off Advanced Ritual Art. In that very first game, I think I opened Cabazal's 2 Warrior Digrapher. And I was like, okay, well now only one of my Advanced Ritual Arts is now live. And then I drew into my Blue Eyes White Dragon. And I was like, right, now if I draw any Advanced Ritual Arts, they literally don't do anything. But that is the price you pay when you play a bunch of bricks, right? Effectively, I'm playing these bricks to facilitate getting out my guys. Which, unfortunately, again, I only performed one Ritual Summon, which I really wanted to spam them out. But we weren't seeing our Sonics and Senjus. So we just didn't get to draw into them at the right time, and we couldn't actually summon any. Which kind of sucks. So yeah, the deck I brought today, Alex, was Vanilla Beatdown. I summon 1,700 attack monsters and I attack. It's a powerful strategy. I'm sure you can agree. But I really do like the Relinquish cards. They are a little bit funky because in TCG, when Relinquished it came out very early, right? It was available, I think, from Magic Ruler. Because the spell and trap quality was so good, Relinquish didn't really make a splash. Like, we saw a couple of like rogue decks playing Relinquished, and we saw 1,000 Dice Restrict coming out as a tech in like pretty much anything, because Scapegoat was running rampant and Metamorphosis turns any level 1 into 1,000 Dice Restrict. But you would use it pretty much in a very different way to how like the actual dedicated Relinquish deck wants to play it. In Speed, however, we like I was saying, we have very few ways to actually destroy Relinquished with like effects. Especially when you turn off traps using Jin, it then means it's even less ways for us to get rid of it. So it can actually be really kind of floodgatey, although it doesn't really sound like the right word. I guess 1,000 Dice is a floodgate, Relinquished isn't really. But like when you had the Relinquished and just the Relinquished, I was able to play around it, right? I could ram into it to get rid of one of the materials. I could just try and attack over it. I would have taken damage if I had inflicted damage. But 1,000 Dice Restrict is like just a whole other level, right? If you remember before, when we first, I think it was our very, very first, maybe our second Speed Duel game ever, you played your Nightmare Sonic Blast deck, and I played this Relinquish deck. And I locked myself by summoning 2,000 Dice Restrict because I didn't read it. Yeah, I was like, I can't attack with anything now. I guess I lose. I guess that's just how it goes sometimes. But we still have some interesting skills, which we might see next week, which is my Gaia skill and your Toon skill. Now, your Toon deck was fucking terrifying when you used it before. Either it didn't really do anything, or it OTK'd me in 2 seconds. Both of which are quite drastic ends of the spectrum. So I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, GG, man.
GG.